Hey guys, today I'm going to take you through how you can be more successful by writing localized blogs, and this will help businesses get local customers. So this is mainly for you guys, and if you're looking for videos on how to increase your website power, this is going to be really valuable to you. So a little bit of information about me. I'm competing for some valuable search terms here. Why you should think twice before working with Just Eat, for example, is appearing here. That's my website, fantasoft.co.uk. Another one here is Sec News, which we're going to be going on to in a bit. And I'm procking quite high there, even above UK Trustpilot, which is really good. And I'm really proud of that. An example of the SEO that I've done, Italian restaurants in Colchester. Up here, under Zizzy, we've got Miseria in Novelta, which is a restaurant which I've done the website for. Not a great website. I did it a long time back, and since then we're going to be changing the website name because it's being held domain hostage at the moment. Anyway, so what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be having a little bit of a look at blogs. So this is 5 reasons for a restaurant to avoid using Just Eat. And this is a blog which is 1,219 words. Now, Yoast, which is the tool which we use to do our SEO on the WordPress, basically this allows us to add a bit of information, and they recommend you have around 500 words in a blog. Now, I argue against this because the thing is, you are going to have local competition who are going to be writing blogs. Most of the time, though, they're not going to write 750. That's an extra 50% worth of words. Now, when you're adding an extra 250 words, that gives you a lot more room to play around with things like local. For example, let's say you are writing for an Italian restaurant and you're writing a blog on bruschetta. You can talk a little bit about you know, or a capricciosa pizza or something like that. You can talk a lot about the pizza, and you can throw the name in. And then when people are looking for example, capricciosa pizza in Colchester, that's going to start appearing on Google search results. Not that that's going to be an often searched for term, but for the 1 or 2 times that that's searched every now and then, you're going to be able to beat most other Italian restaurants. So that's going to be really good because you've got all of that information as in competition with, for example, a menu which just has the name, or the words rather, on it. So it's not really a defined keyword. But in a blog, if you're writing a pure blog about capricciosa pizzas, or for example, you know, quattro formaggio, something like that, you've got all of that information rock solid on a page. And not only that, you've got localizing information at the bottom. So for example, our restaurant name, bam, is located in, bam, Colchester, bam, or wherever it's located. For example, we're across the road from, pick a competitor's name that's in a completely different sort of zone from you, but produces, say, for example, similar things. Let's say some kebab shops make pizzas, for example. So you can put, for example, a kebab shop's name in there, and then you'll start ranking above them for pizza, which could be really useful. Because the thing is that business is a person-eat-person thing, and restaurants are vicious. You've got to be vicious in order to survive in the restaurant industry, and that's mainly where I focus. So anyway, we're going to have a little bit of a look. So we've got 5 reasons here for a restaurant to avoid using Just Eat. This is the blog I was just on. And this is 1,219 words. In the blog, I like to link back through to other pages that are on my website. For example, why you should be using Facebook for business. There's a little one there, and I always have these little things come up at the top, which is always useful. And this has got me people going on to my Restauronomicon, which is really useful, and it teaches people how to survive. Basically in the digital against other digital entities that are in the restaurant business. You know, I've even got waiting tips, for example, things that are really useful. So it's absolutely invaluable for people, but I digress. Basically, when you're focusing on a blog, it should take you around half an hour to write 750 words if you understand what you're talking about, and you're going to know your local area quite well. You're going to know the foods which you make. You can basically say, oh, we get our high quality Napoli tomatoes imported from this area in Italy. So for example, you've got all of that information, and you can say, well, we get these olives from XYZ, all of that sort of stuff, and just say, to show people that the product that you're making is high quality. You can't just, for example, say we get our dry chicken at Tesco's or out the back of McDonald's. It's not going to be you've got to make it sound good and tantalizing as well. So you're adding that information into the blog and keeping it localized by adding the local information at the bottom of the blog. Very, very important. I've written a blog here with which is basically get your business seen locally by writing blogs, and this basically goes into detail on what a blog is, what makes a good blog, how long it takes to write one. I've written this one. It's got my ugly face on the bottom, but basically it's as much information as you will need to help your blog succeed, and this is absolutely invaluable. It doesn't get a lot of views though, this one, but then again, hopefully you guys are going to click on the link which is going to be in the information section, and this is going to help you when writing blogs for your business. The fact of the matter is, if you are making one blog a day of 750 words and you do that for a little while, you're going to get clients in. If you do like 2,000 to 3,000 words in each blog and you really go crazy for a couple of weeks at the start, that is going to be absolutely invaluable, and that's going to serve you really well over the next couple of months as you build your business up. Now, when I first started my business, I had absolutely I basically had no hope. I was nervously picking up the phone and I was ringing people. I was like, please let me do some work for you, and I did some work for people. I didn't charge them any money, and they went off and told other people who brought people in, and that helped me survive a little bit. But most of my clients come in through the blogs that I've written. So, for example, they'll go on the blogs, they'll say, oh, this guy knows what he's doing. They contact me, I get the job. And I usually get the job very easily because they come to me because I'm the expert in this field. I know restaurants, that's why restaurants come to me all the time. So I get a large amount of people contacting me and saying, hey, Alex, can you do this? Can you do that? Can you fix my social media? Everything's gone wrong. So I basically get involved and I sort everything out for people, which is really good, and it's a nice turnover. And the thing is, if I'm getting customers in like that, you can do it easier because you're not competing with loads and loads of people who are all marketers, who are all experienced with blogs. You're competing with a bunch of people who run restaurants, and they're not always focused on writing blogs. So what you do is, if you focus on these areas like blog writing, like having a really strong social media, and Mizzeria Inabilta actually has a really good social media presence. They do a fantastic job. So basically, if you're focusing on these sort of things, you're going to get more people coming in, and you're going to be able to survive and fight back against other people. You're not going to have to pay money for advertising because people are naturally going to find you. So it's really important, definitely, to consider writing the blogs. 750 words is really good. If you're doing 1,000 to 1,250, you can compete in a city. If you're doing something like 1,700, you're going to start competing on a countrywide scale. 2,000 to 2,200, it's a crazy amount of words to write on any subject, but you can have a lot of different keywords in there and it can be really effective. Also, go back and change blogs occasionally, add a little bit more information. Say, for example, you find out different things, your suppliers change, and then what you do, you just update the blog. That's fantastic. When it's being scanned by the crawler, the freshness updates will check, and they'll notice, oh, you've got this extra text that wasn't here before, so that will mean that the blog is refreshed, it's been updated, it's useful. So that information is going to be really useful. They'll still load old blogs, but it's always important to update the information every now and then. Anyway, I've witted for way too long. I do enjoy talking about this kind of stuff, so that's just kind of the way things are. Anyway, you have a fantastic day. Thank you for tuning in, and take care. Bye.